Hey guys, Mr. Decker here. This is Unit 3, Lesson 23, a mini project. We're going to be making a flyer game over the course of this lesson. Don't worry, it's going to be fun. All right, computer science standards, there you are. Essential question, how can the new types of collisions and modeling movement be used to create a game? Well, we're about to find out by using the new collision blocks and movement blocks that we've been using, like velocity and such, to make gravity, to make all kinds of cool stuff happen to create this flyer game. This is going to help you in the future when you're making your game at the end of this unit for our game jam. This entire lesson is on Code.org. Make sure you're signed in there so you can get your work done and get credit for it. Make sure you're watching my video for help and follow best practices. Don't forget to answer the essential question right here on this assignment page when you're finished. Let's jump over to code.org. I'm already on bubble 1. All right, let's continue. We're on bubble 2. Flyer game. In this flyer game, the player tries to collect coins, and the rocks push the player across the screen. When the player goes off the screen, the game is over. Play the game a few times and discuss it with your partner. You have already learned all the skills you need to code this game. You'll be making your own flyer game in this mini project. So let's run it. Whoa, okay. Instantly got a game over. Collect the coin. Watch out for the rocks. The rocks push me out of the way. Okay, clear. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Okay, so apparently game over is not totally... Yeah, death. Holy cow, this is hard. Okay. I'm back. The controls are so wild. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Stay in there. Whew. Okay. Holy moly. That's tough. Finish. Continue. Bubble 3. Create your sprites. Okay, cool. First, create the sprites you'll use in your program. You already have a player sprite, but you can change its animation. You'll need a player, the flyer, a target, the coin, and 2 obstacles, the rocks. You can make them anything you want. Do this. Go to the animation tab and make sure that you have the images that you want. So let's go to the animation tab. We've got our flybot. We've got coin. We've got rock. And I'm going to make another rock. Duplicate this. We'll make rock 2. There we go. Apparently our rock in this game has moss on it. That's cool. Flybot, coin. Okay, code. Let's see. The flyer, coin, and rock are already there, but you can use whatever images you want. Find the code comment, game setup. Right here, line 1. Create 3 more sprites, the target and 2 obstacles. Set each sprite to the animation you chose for it. Okay, so the coin is my target. The rocks are my animation. So let's see. So sprites. Let's create our target. Is the coin, but I'm going to call it the target because that's what we're aiming at. It's an objective. Okay, set animation. Target is going to be the coin. And then the obstacle is the rock. And then I think it wanted me to create 2 obstacles. So I need obstacle 1 for rock 2. Or obstacle, let's say obstacle 1 and obstacle 2. And that is going to be, oh, whoops, forgot to do that. Equal to rock 2. All right. Okay, 3 more sprites. Set the animation. I did that. And then place them where you want them to be on or off screen. So Flybot, the player, I want to be at 200, 200. Let's start that at the middle of the screen. And then target, we'll start random between, let's say, 25 and 375x, and random for y as well, so that it shows up at a different place every time you run the game at the start. 25, 375. So let's make sure that works. Yep, my coin is showing up at different spots every time. I like that. My rocks need to be in different places. Let's see. In the game, the obstacles and coin were placed randomly, but you don't need to do that yet. Oh, well. Now that I read the instructions, set the starting x velocity of the obstacles. Okay. So first, I need the starting position. So obstacle 1, I'll have it start over here. So y off screen. So x -50, 200, whatever. And then the other rock up here at -50. Y. Whoop. So that should take them off the screen. Very good. Okay. And then it wants me to set the starting x velocity of the obstacles. I'm also setting a y velocity, right? Because in our sample game, one of them was going down and one of them was going left or right, I think. Oh. Oh, look. Go to bubble 2. Yeah, one's going down. One's moving left or right, so yeah. So one of them will have a y velocity, and that's going to be obstacle 2. And we'll give it a y velocity of, let's see, it's going down, so it's going up 3. And the first one will have a velocity x. We'll set that to 3. And yep, they're moving now. Test your program. The player and target should be on the screen, and the obstacles should start off the screen and move across the screen from left to right and up and down. Up to down. Okay, finish. Continuing. Falling. If the user doesn't do anything, the player sprite should fall. Okay, do this. Find the code comment falling using the counter pattern with the player sprite's velocity y to make the sprite fall. Okay, test your code to make sure it works. The sprite should fall faster as it goes down the screen. Okay, so I'm going to have to use the counter pattern with the velocity y. Falling down here. So velocity y, player, right? Yeah, player, velocity y, and it starts, there's no velocity y set up here for the player. So we're doing that all down here in the draw loop. All right, so counter pattern, math, be adding to y. Didn't you know you could do that? All right, plus 3, run. Whoa, that's way too much. 0.2. Let's make it a little harder. That works. Finish. Continue. Bubble 5. Moving right along. All right, jumping. Next, the player sprite needs to jump when the user presses the up arrow. All right, do this. Find the code comment player controls down here. All right, here's the up part. Add a conditional if statement. Doing this on line 27 here. That checks whether the user is pressing the up arrow. So world, key down, up. Add code inside the conditional that will change the sprite's velocity to move up if the up arrow is pressed. Okay. Changing the velocity if the up arrow is pressed. And sprite velocity y, player equals 3, run. Oh, -3. Run. There we go. I want it to be more than that. -5. All right, touch code to see it works. It works. Finish. Continue. Bubble 6. Floating left and right. The flyer should also be able to float left and right. So like here. Okay. Do this. Find the code comment player control back down here where we were on the last bubble. And add a conditional that decreases the sprite's x velocity when the left arrow is pressed. Okay. So control, if statement, and world, key down, left. And we're going to say sprites, velocity x, and this is the player. And it's going to be -5. Run, make sure that works. Yeah, he's moving over there. All right, and then increase x when we click right. So back to control, if, world, key down, right, sprites, velocity x, player 5. Now we should be able to move right and left. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, game over. I'm glad they already coded that into it. Hint, your code should use a counter pattern. Oh, it wants me to use the counter pattern for this. That way, that makes sense. Okay, so we'll do that. So velocity y. Let's do math. We'll add here, and we're subtracting here. So glad I checked on that. And then back into the Sprites drawer, velocity x, player, here, -5 plus 5. Wait, no, that's way too much. 0.5. What did I do? 0.3. 0.3. So that you got to be careful with. Oh yeah, now we've see now that those physics make more sense. Yep. I like it. Okay, touch code to make sure it works. It works. Finish. Continue. Bubble 7. When the obstacles move off the screen, they should loop back to the other side at a random position. When the obstacles move off the screen, they should loop back to the other side at a random position. Do this. Find the code comment looping. There it is, line 22. Add a conditional that checks the horizontal obstacle's X property to see whether it has moved off the screen. If it has moved off the screen, reset its X property to loop it back to the other side of the screen. So, okay. The horizontal obstacle, so the one that's going left or right. Okay. So we need an if statement. If sprites X, oh wait, math first, greater than sprites drawer. If obstacle 1's X value is greater than, let's say 425, then reset its X location to -50 again. Let's say 450 just to be consistent here. And then we need to give it a random Y location between 50 and 350. Let's see, random number. There we go, run it. Let's just make sure this is working. Okay, yep. You see it loops back to a random position, good. And then we need to do the same thing for the other one, I'm assuming. Test your code to make sure the first obstacle loops. Add a conditional that checks the vertical obstacle's Y property. Yep. Okay. If math and going down, so greater than again. Sprites. Sprite.y. Checking on that Y location. Obstacle 2. Y is greater than 450. Then its Y resets obstacle 2 to -50 up here. And then, right? Yeah, -50. And then its X location is going to be random on this one. Oh, whoops. Get out of there. There we go. Obstacle 2. Math, random number. 50 and 350. Let's Let's make sure that's working on both of them. So far, so good. Oh yeah, cool. It's working. Finish, bubble 8. We're getting there. We're almost done. Sprite interactions. When your character touches the coin, you should reset it somewhere on the screen, and the obstacle should push the player across the screen. Okay, do this. Find the code comment sprite interactions. Down here. All right. Let's give ourselves some more room. There we go. And read the comments in that section. So we've got reset the coin when the player touches it, and then make the obstacle push the player. So let's reset the coin. Create a conditional that checks whether the player is touching the target. Control if sprites player is touching coin. Then the target moves to a random location. So it's sprite.x and it's sprite.y are both going to be a random number. So target. Oh, there is no coin. Target. Target. Only one T. Okay. 50 to 350. Or no, we did 25, 375, didn't we, before when we start the game? So let's check and make sure that's working. All right. I also want to set the collider on that coin. It's animation. It's sprites, debug. On the target. I want to see what its box looks like. It's a square. I wanted it to be a circle. Set collider. There we go. It's correct now. So I can make that false again so that I can't see the collider on the coin. Good. Okay. All right. Well, now we're going to make the obstacles push the player. So two new collisions. So I don't think I need to put these in an if statement. Sprite.collide, sprite.displace, I think is what we want to do. So obstacle 1 will displace player, and obstacle 2 will displace player. Yep, that works. Okay. Let's slow down on the next bubble. Let's kind of reconfigure the game a little bit. Test your game, make sure it has everything it needs. Play your game several times. Read over your project guide. Make any last minute changes. So it's working. Oh, okay. Oh, man. Okay, I need to really fix the controls. So player controls. -5. Let's change that to 3. We're going to really change this. because if I'm pushing against those rocks, whoops, then it really ramps up that movement speed. Yeah, that makes it a little harder too. Go down. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Stay on the planet. There we go. Yeah, I like it. Oh no. Okay, cool. Whew. Got squished. This is working great right now. I like this better than the sample at the beginning because mine, you're not flying all over the place constantly. I mean, you are flying all over the place constantly, but you're not going too crazy with it. This is awesome. My game works. All right. So I hope you had a good time making your game. I know I had a good time making mine. This is a really fun lesson. And I'll see you for the next one, which is a lesson on functions. That's a biggie. We need to really focus in on functions. So get ready for that one.